Hey everyone, during this video I'll do a personal review of Concerta. It's primarily used for ADHD slash ADD, attention deficit disorder. I've used it a number of times, maybe the past 5 or 6 years in different cycles when I needed it. Overall, I mean, it is fantastic. As far as ADHD medication, I would say it's the best, although I've only tried 2 or 3 different drugs. But this, yeah, I had prescribed, and I mean, it was essentially amazing for focus, motivation, just keep you going, regardless of whatever task you were doing. If you're an entrepreneur, if you're a student, if you're in sales, if you're a business person, you really feel the mental stimulation that just allows you to focus on something. Normally, I would need to take a break from a task after 90 minutes to 2 hours. I would need a break, whereas Concerta would just allow you to kind of single task on something for a good 4 or 5 hours, and you know just be completely zoned in, like hyper focused, if you will. Something I like about it is that there's really no side effects when you're taking it, except during the later portion of the day you'll feel a little bit of a crash. It's not too strong, but it's subtle, but you can definitely feel towards the end of the day you'll be a bit more irritable, a little bit slower. Mood won't be as great, but I mean, during the time you're obviously feeling its effects, like I'd say like an hour after you take it, you feel great. Not only do you feel that kind of euphoric feeling that you feel with caffeine or other stimulants, but again, you're just mentally stimulated to the point where everything, you can just do it faster. You can just do it fast, fast, fast. I mean, everything is, you can do it fast and you can do it with accuracy. Simple things like just mental math, like mental arithmetic is just so much easier. You'll find yourself just being able to jump tasks, do one thing onto the next. So you have focus and you're not really distractible at the same time. So overall, the stuff is, I mean, it's really good, but the worst part about it is the crash. Not the crash, but the withdrawals. Let's say if you take it for a month at a good dose, man, when you're off of it, it's absolutely horrific. So for that reason, I don't kind of go back to it, even if I need it. If I'm noticing there's like a slump in my business, so to speak, Concerta is a great tool. That way I can relate to times when maybe I was in a sales slump. I would get on Concerta and like boom, my sales would not only be back, but they'd be back exponentially. But just because of the withdrawals and they're so severe, it's not something which which I can see myself using anytime soon. I can't really if I was to describe the withdrawals, it's just what you'd expect. Like, I mean, there's no other way to say it, but just depression. Your mood is low. Like when you're not kind of occupied with something, you kind of your negative thoughts are going to start spiraling, and you'll feel like thoughts of hopelessness. You won't want to be social. Your rate of speech slows down, things like that, and it's really just bad. I would say for about 2 or 3 weeks. So with just very slow and fatigued. Like, I mean, you'll feel really fatigued once you're off of it. But otherwise, who I would recommend it for is maybe somebody who is studying for their finals. They really have to catch up. They have a bunch of material to study for. So let's say it's like you have a month where you're on it. That would be good. Or just somebody who's just in that point of their life when they're dealing with a number of projects, and they just have a really critical time ahead of them that they have to stay sharp. Concerta would be a go-to, and in that scenario, I mean, I'd rate it 8 out of 10 or higher, because it's great that way. Better than Ritalin for sure, because it's the effects are just, they're stronger. It basically does everything Ritalin does, but better. So hope that was helpful, guys. I'll see you next time.